You may have noticed, hey, Tom, I've been watching your videos, and I'm subbed to his channel, because if you're not, you should right now. That, Tom, you haven't changed your shirt in the last 5 videos. Yeah, it's because I'm recording this in bulk, because I don't have a hobby. Now, let's talk about Aya. Aya. Glock Aya. The glockiest of glocks. Now, Glock Aya definitely isn't the most serious meta build, but my chat on my stream, which, come on, you already know what I'm gonna say. Go check out my stream if you haven't already, you bozo. It's in the link. It's in the description. Go, go, go. My chat loves Glock Aya. They really do. So, I had to play Glock to win. Normally, I'd just say probably play Magnum Boa, or probably the new weapon. Stampede wasn't in the game at the time of this recording. So, yeah. Very interesting. Glock is a pretty decent weapon on its own, though, and it's good enough to win us a game, which we did on our first try. So, because Glock Aya is OP, OP, OP. So let's talk about the route, let's talk about the items, and let's talk about our transitions. Oh, namely, first, the build, or sorry, jeez, I can't speak today. The skills, our level ordering. Tom, what are you doing? Okay, let's talk about skills. We're going to be maxing our ultimate. We're going to be ignoring our trait completely, as it is completely useless if you are not on an AR build. And we're going to be maxing out our Q and our W and our E last. We really need the extra damage on this build, as it's just, we don't really have enough. So trying to max out your E over your W is gonna hurt you pretty bad. So we just want extra DPS. We're trying to maximize our DPS as much as possible. And since we are a pistol character, we kind of have a lot of mobility already. And Aya has her ultimate to root somebody, her E to run away, and pistol skill to run away as well. You got a good amount of mobility. Not the most insane, but good enough to help you carry a game. Now, let's talk about our items over here. We are going to be on Glock, Rockers, Imperial Crown, Plasmark, Feather Boots, and Goshen. And this is literally because of routing. Routing is the name of the game here. This is not because like these are the best slot items. These are insane items on Aya. Actually, a lot of these items will be replaced pretty freaking fast. Namely, our Plasmark, our Glock, probably our Rockers. Our Rockers is a pretty solid item on Aya, but like we don't really care about these items too much. It's just kind of there because routing, it works out pretty well for routing. You're gonna realize something with Aya in this video. Aya is one of the most flexible characters in the game. She could take tank items, she could take amp items, she could take attack power items, she could take whatever, and she will be incredibly effective. So, yeah, when I say you can pretty much take anything on Aya, I genuinely made it. But for this, for our weapon, we are definitely going to want to get off Glock as soon as possible for our favorite girl here, Kelt. It is jacked. This item is so insane, it turns any character from like a C tier to a triple S tier. That is how good this weapon is. It has 95 attack power, 25% attack speed, movement speed, vision range, and the only item in the entire game that has a stat, armor penetration. 12% of it. There is no magic resist in a turn or return. There's only armor. This thing just breaks defense. It's crazy. So good. Get as soon as possible. You only need a 4-score and a gun. It's pretty easy to get. As for our chest piece, I am not kidding when I say everything's going to be pretty situational on her, and it'll probably be too much to say in this one video. Rocker's jacket does have our healing cut in this build, so if we do get rid of Rocker jacket, we're going to want healing cut somewhere else. Maybe a white crane fan is probably one of the easiest replacements to get, as it does have flat amp and moon speed, and it has a healing reduction from skills there, and it's very, very easy to get, as we only really need to get to 2 zones, namely Forest and Avenue. We can build this very, very easily, but of course we can take healing cut in a lot of different places and not suffer too much, but that'll be the easiest one. So let's say we do get off Rocker's jacket because we have that healing reduction somewhere. We can go something like Mytho armor. We could probably go on an Amazoness armor if we feel like. We could go on a Commander's armor if we find it. Queen of Hearts if we have it. An EOD suit if we find it. A Butler suit if we feel like it. We can even go optical if we feel like it as well. We go I'm not kidding when I say you go literally anything. Everything works on this character. Her headpiece, Imperial Crown, is generally one of the better items to stay on, as it does have that max HP you want. This is one of those items I generally will not get rid of, just because Aya has a low base HP pool, and we're going to want to have as much HP as possible. But items that you could get rid of situationally are things like Tac Ops Helmet, since it does have that HP already, just a little less, and has some good attack speed stats if you end up going more of a attack speed oriented build, or things like Mytho Helmet, which is just generally an upgraded version of Tactical Ops Helmet. In terms of our arm, Plasmark is just a worse version of what essentially would be a Sheath of Shah Jahan for Aya, since we don't really attack too much and we worry more about our abilities and we want more attack powers. But Sheath of Shah Jahan is just a worse version of Mithril Shield, which is pretty much what I'm always using my first Mithril on if I get on Aya, and that is a worse version of Auto Arms if we do get it, but this would be the second 4-score, since our first one should 100% always be going on a Kelt. Scotty will work very well as well, and again, Prominence is just kind of a not amazing item if we do find it. As for leg pieces, Feather Boots are very good, but I'd rather have Glacial Shoes if I do get the opportunity and find a second tree, because it just works more effective since our main damage is coming out from our abilities, and Glacial Shoes is just going to have a ton of flat amp to help us out with that. Red Shoes could work very well as well. Mental Shoes are absolutely correct. EOD Boots are really good as well as tanky options. Hermes works really well if we just find them or we get a third force core for whatever reason. Or, of course, Taproot just being one of the best boots in the game. But run it if you get it. Accessories. Goshen is probably one of the better items we get, but a Kundala is nothing to scoff at if we're able to get it and we find it off a corpse. Sanguine Gunby is absolutely nuts for chasing people down. Music Box could help out a ton for just if we're... Ooh, I apologize. Lacking a ton of HP... Or lacking HP for fighting. Certain matchups I got about a lot. Jolly Roger is not a half bad item. Buccaneers Doubloon, same thing. Lace Quiver, same thing. Again, you're gonna notice the name of the game here is trying to min-max our stats as much as possible. If we're missing health somewhere, we're gonna want health somewhere else. If we're missing damage, we're gonna need to compensate that somewhere else. This is kind of the name of the game when it comes down to Aya overall. Just really make sure you focus on getting that Celt and you'll be fine. In terms of our food here, our food is generally going to be our new favorite lad on the block, birthday cake. Woo! Birthday cake, yeah. Okay, but seriously, birthday cake is pretty easy to make between hospital and archery range is going to be our third zone. All we need is some freaking lemons and some eggs. If we miss the lemons from hospital, we can find the lemons over at hotel and make our life pretty easy. As for eggs, we can find that over in archery range, so we can usually make at least 2 birthday cakes, if not 4, and that'll be a pretty effective food for us. Again, this is not the main build I would run if I'm taking Aya super seriously, but this is a competitive enough build that you can run and just have a good time with. And this is the build I use for that wheel challenge. So, yeah. If you do enjoy this type of content, hey, remember to leave leave a like down below, sub to the channel if you haven't already. If you have any questions about this build or any of the other videos I put out, or, just will have any questions about characters in general, check out the Discord. We have a ton of content for you guys, and we have a bunch of people in there that you could talk to, just about the game and try to figure things out for yourself if you have any questions about that. And of course, we stream all of this live over on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Tomsorcer. Links to everything will be down in the description below. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.